Jepa, a jep, 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 jepa, a jep.
Young's vlog. The Bijians unite. Young's vlog. I thought you'd be trying to remove the stump. It's good to see you, Young. I hope you're doing good. Yeah, sorry I couldn't send that guy over to you. Claude, he's a really nice guy, but I guess he's got too mean of a claw for you, you know. But said he wanted to meet you. Stump, yeah. Maybe see if you can just get a level, right? And then, like Nini said, get a level, chop it off, and then
What's your car running with the new stuff on it?
get a level.
I can see that.
Yeah, I know I've removed stuff one time, and it was just a small one, but yeah, they're tough to get out. Especially, that's a big one too, so yeah. I hope you like that, you chilling in the, swimming in the iced tea ocean playing your guitar. I knew it was you when I seen it. I was like, oh, that's Young. Yeah, Woodward, this was the one that they just had. This was like last week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Tea ocean, yep, yep. Oh, Nini's there too, yeah? Hey, Nini. Hope you're doing good. Are you working on editing stuff? Yeah, nice. Yeah, I was in the stream earlier. I wasn't chatting much, but I was watching. I had you on my TV. Does your dad still drive his truck at all, Young? Remember you guys went for cruising in one stream. That was nice. It's a nice truck. He drives it, yeah? Nice. I added you on a mod on my Stream Young's vlog. If you don't want to, I can take it back, but it's there for you if you need it. I went to this maybe in 2005, 2006. I went 2 years. I think it was back to back, but I think it was 2005 and 2006. I went something like that back in around that time. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, invite Brian in here. Yeah. I don't know if he knows I stream. I've never seen him in here. Yeah. Let him know. Like a Willie's coupe. That's done nice. Nice paint on it. Alright, Young. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Nini. Have a fun time editing. Look forward to seeing you guys soon.
T-Mobile has a I don't blame you.
Well, we ever got rid of it. I bought $40 in duck tags. If you
trying to give you enough room to swing out. You're good. You're good.
Oh yeah, the small trucks. Yeah, front wheel drive.
Yep, yep.
You're talking about the old models, the old Tour. You might take a look at the tail. You know what?
Them razor tail.
Their rear end. Look at that. Oh yeah.
I like too how they had, you know, back then every design was so well thought out. Just this little lip here gives you like that nice drop. Get your gas cap and
I love
Robot Andy,
it. And they're always green or brown or gold.
Yeah,
It's popping.
what's going on? Yeah, you like these cars?
Nice car.
It's all about.
I guess you see some different cars that you don't see in Australia, right? Like I remember when you were showing that car show, there was a lot of cars I hadn't seen, so it was nice to see a lot of them. Yeah, this is in Detroit. They have it every year. I don't know if they had it during COVID, but
what they were doing.
yeah, they have it every year. This is this year's that they're showing now. Yep. Ronnie, how are ya? You changed your name. What does notary mean? Like,
Classic.
I've been thinking.
an LLC has to do with the company, right? Notary means like notoriety of someone, like knowing someone about them.
Good looking ride. I'm on it. That's cool, man.
If that was painted like all black and done spotless, that would be a nice car. That'd be a really nice car. But that's the look they're going for, right? Like the Tina look, I guess you would say. I wish he showed that car that was beside it.
You know what?
Oh, I did good. I got it.
How you doing?
Doing good.
At least I like to see one.
Yeah, it's like, here we go, like this one. I love seeing 65, 60. Other than that,
Assembly problem with the oil pump. It's crazy pressure. So like, once you start kicking over at Grand River and Telegraph. And I left there, drive home, warm pressure went to 0. I just drove the last 4 miles. And after that, this is so they weren't about to like really think about it. And after the 4th time, they said this is the last time.
Welcome to the Dream Cruise 2022, Same Space 81. They're a bad influence. this truck is cool. That didn't take long. Should have looked better. Beautiful. Awesome. That's cool.
Frankie! Nice to see ya. Hope you're doing good. Hope Hope you're done work for the day, maybe. Need to relax now. Nice, yeah. Take a seat. Hope you got a Budweiser on you. After 5, yeah, yeah. Tomorrow, yeah, you party tomorrow, yeah. Are you gonna stream tomorrow? Are you going fishing? Yeah. Nice.
We lost it. He went into a corner.
Or want to see good places, yeah, to eat? Yeah, St. Augustine. That's in Florida too, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I remember you were showing pictures of fishing pictures a couple streams ago.
I'm Johnny School.
It's a good hobby.
I had issues, and this is Chase the Heat. I have 30 issues. If there's going to be a little stalling, this is why. People.
Yeah, no, that'll do the trick, right? That'll do the trick.
Twice Chili's. This is the.
I haven't been fishing in years.
It's a chocolate.
I know my cousins; they go ice fishing.
The ᴘɪ괜
They've asked me to go, but I haven't went yet.
I know a lot of chili heads who agree. To me, it just greatly surpasses any other pepper. So here's the deal with this one. It's, there's going to be an endorphin dump, and then there's going to be more heat. And what ends up happening, this question gets asked a lot. Once the endorphin rush hits, can it happen twice, and how long does it last? It's going to barely offset some of the heat because of the
hopefully you get
I'm going to cut them open and show them to you just to make sure I don't need any wonky seeds. I may as well get this thing started.
The weather's nice for you out there.
30 of these. I did a ᴘɪ괜 challenge last year. I think I ate 20 of them, which is a huge, to me that's huge. But this is 30 and they're chocolate. All right, so I know you guys are waiting for this. So am I. It's going to be a fun one, guys.
Yeah, and salt water, yeah.
There's no time issue on this. I'm looking at the clock.
I guess, eh?
Don't worry about the clock. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you have a good time out there.
Now,
That's a vacation, right?
If I get any really weird-looking ones, I'll... It just smells so hot. All right, so...
Yeah, you gotta treat yourself.
All right, guys. I'm Johnny Scoville. This is Chase the Heat, and man, I got so many issues. Here we go.
Like, this is crazy. 30 hot peppers. Jeez, I couldn't even eat one.
These are hard to cut open because they always curl and it's hard to...
And this is like the hottest of the hot pepper. think I might pick up some Scotch bonnets
Who's
from the
envious of
grocery
me
store
today?
today.
Okay, I've eaten one. And it's already stupid hot.
I had some jalapenos the other day. No, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the whole video. I just like skipped through, and I noticed that it was really hot for him, so I wanted to watch it. But no, he doesn't. I don't think he dies in this. But I watched his video. I think it was yesterday, and he was saying he's having some complications with his health. So he was gonna have a video today, I think it was. So I haven't seen it, and I haven't checked to see if he released a video already. But yeah, there's something's going on with him, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, they're hot. No, I know. I ate one, and my stomach was hurting after. Really hurting. It was hot. But this, the Primo Tali, that's way hotter than a Scotch bonnet. And he's having 30 of them. Absolutely insane.
Already bad. So here's a tragedy. My ears are burning already, and I'm like 5 in.
His ears are burning. Jeez.
Oh, wow.
He's feeling it.
Oh, man. I'm not cutting, I can't. Oh. It hurts. Oh. 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 It ain't happening. Oh boy. I'm tapping. I'm at like a 9 for heat. Maybe a 10. I can't go any further. Oh, sorry. I can't go any further. I'm sorry. I gotta go. I'm gonna go chase the heat.
Jeez. Johnny. Get well soon. Like watching your videos.
Please tell me how deep might these seas be on seashores of promise. I'm frozen this moment. Into the sea, make love, make waves. Into the sea, make waves. Please tell me how deep might these seas be on seashores of promise. I'm frozen this moment. Into the sea, make love, make waves. Into the sea, make love, make waves.
Absolutely beautiful place. I'd love to go there one day. I thought the video was well shot too. It was a nice video. It should be your next vacation spot, Frankie. Take Trixie there. Sure, I could do some fishing there.
Here's how.
Hello everyone. Being different from everyone else is not easy. Often society doesn't accept people who stand out, and sometimes openly bullies them. But it's one thing to have red hair or to be overweight, and quite another to have a feature that occurs once in a million. Today, we will tell you about people like that. Every day these heroes have to deal with the weird looks from the passers-by and the whispers behind their backs. However, they manage to accept themselves and enjoy life. And before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel not to miss new exciting stories. Let's get it on. Rose Guile. This woman from Oregon, USA, felt that she was different since high school. When Rose and all of her peers hit puberty, she discovered something very strange on her body, a lot of facial hair. Back then, the girl was so ashamed of this that every day she had to shave twice. This went on for over 25 years. During all of this time, Rose has consulted with many different doctors. Some advised to take a course of laser hair removal, others prescribed pills, but nothing helped. The beard kept on growing on the girl's face. Turns out that she suffered from a disorder called polycystic ovary syndrome. One of its symptoms causes a woman's body to produce an increased amount of male hormones. And as a result, Rose's appearance became more man-like. Everything changed though when Rose was almost 40 years old. At first, she decided not to shave her beard for at least one day because her irritated skin could no longer tolerate contact with the razor blade after so many years of torment. Rose liked this feeling of complete freedom so much that she decided, for the sake of experiment, not to touch the razor for a while. She also found a support group in social networks, which encouraged her to accept herself. Now, Rose doesn't hesitate to post her bearded selfies on Instagram and even successfully participates in contests of bearded men. You can only admire her spirit. Macy Curran. What is the most important thing for any prestigious model? Long legs, of course. But if they're too long, this can become a problem. Meet 17-year-old Macy Curran from Austin, who jokingly calls herself CEO of Giraffes. The girl's left leg is just over 52 inches long, and her right leg is half an inch longer. All of this helped her secure a Guinness World Record title and made her a celebrity on social media. But things weren't always like that. A few years ago, the girl couldn't boast such self-confidence and an army of loyal fans on the internet. Not only did she keep getting weird looks from people in any public place, her gigantic height of more than 6.5 feet made her life a real hell. You can't fit through doorways, cars and planes seem too cramped, and they just don't make clothes for a size like that. On the other hand, Macy was a star on her school volleyball team, so over time, she decided that her height doesn't make her inferior to others, but on the contrary is a gift from nature. ᴛɪ괛ɪᴛɪ�. Hollywood will probably make an Oscar-winning film about the story of this girl someday. ᴛɪ괛ɪᴛɪ� spent her entire childhood in refugee camps. Her family ended up there after fleeing Sudan. When she turned 14, the girl moved to the US and finally found out what life is like in peace and safety. However, she couldn't enjoy peaceful life for long because ᴛɪ괛ɪᴛ was very different from her classmates. At school, the teenage girl was often called the most unpleasant nicknames. Needless to say, this brought great suffering to ᴛɪ괛ɪᴛ, who dreamed of becoming a model since childhood. The cruelty of those around her knew no bounds, and the girl had even decided to lighten her skin, as some African women do. Fortunately, her sister, who'd done a similar operation long before that and regretted it, managed to talk ᴛɪ괛ɪᴛ out of this. ᴛɪᴛɪᴛ promised herself not to give up, no matter how much others insulted her. She worked hard towards her goal, and her efforts paid off. Now, the girl is one of the most famous models in the world, and her attractive skin tone has become her signature feature. Her collaboration with such popular brands as Calvin Klein or Cosmopolitan only proves this. ᴘᴕ. Many people would say, I'd never want to get fat. Well, as they say, be careful what you wish for. Yes, there are people who just can't get fat, no matter what they do. But believe us, this is not something to be jealous of. The man you see is the British athlete ᴘᴕ. He was born with a normal weight, and until a certain point he had a normal life. But at some point, his body suddenly began to lose all subcutaneous fat, and the cyclist began to look incredibly lean. After long and extensive research, scientists have concluded that his condition was triggered by MDP syndrome, caused by a rare genetic mutation. Only about 10 people in the entire world suffer from it. So over several years, Tom has become absolutely dry, which is why his body couldn't absorb shocks and to endure even a comfortable air temperature anymore. In addition, the Briton's hearing has deteriorated, and now he has to use special devices. Nevertheless, Tom did not give up. He decided to do sports again, buy a bicycle and start exercising. Even though any fall could result in serious bone fractures, his efforts paid off though. Soon the athlete received awards in several prestigious cycling races, and even became part of the British national Paralympic team. Thanks to the cycling community, he also found the love of his life. Now Tom dreams of winning Olympic gold. Seems like we have the next champion here, so write his name down in your notebook. Elliot Brown. The hero of our next story was born in London and has been a successful model for several years. Elliot doesn't talk a lot with his followers on Instagram, though he really likes to upload beautiful pictures from his photo shoots, videos with skateboard tricks, and details of recording his music tracks. However, it's easy to imagine just how difficult his childhood was. Some people don't really like redheads because of prejudice, and nature has awarded Elliot with a generous number of freckles all over his face and body. But in recent years, there has been a demand for natural and unusual beauty in the modelling world. Some models even add spots on their skin to look special. So, the looks and charisma of the photogenic guy have attracted many brands and fashion magazines, and now he has a busy schedule participating in cool shows and photo sessions. Nick Smith. You probably noticed that people suffering from dwarfism usually have a disproportionate body. Usually their arms are short and their heads are a bit too big. But there are other varieties of dwarfism, like in the case of Nick Smith from Atlanta, Georgia. He is one of the hundreds of people around the world who live with this condition. They all look like they drank a shrinking potion from Alice in Wonderland, with the usual body proportions but tiny. Today, Nick's height is less than 36 inches, like a 3-year-old baby. Still, he doesn't look like one, and of course has not been one for a long time. The guy's already almost 30 years old. In fact, people with such conditions usually don't live up to this age. There are too many underlying health conditions. But Nick doesn't give up, and tries not to think about bad things. He loves watching SpongeBob cartoons, meeting new people, and doing breakdance. Everyone should learn from him on how to enjoy life. Bashir Aziz. Bashir Aziz, a young Londoner and successful model, had to go a long way towards accepting himself. The guy was born with vitiligo, a skin pigmentation disorder that causes melanin to disappear from certain areas. When he was at school, Bashir was often called a cow or a zebra, which ruined his self-esteem. For a long time, Bashir found it difficult to talk with other people and believed that no one could love him for who he is. But he overcame this feeling, and now he inspires others with his stunning photos from photo shoots. But that's not the most amazing thing about this story. The fact is that vitiligo can cause white areas of the skin to increase in size, merge with others, and appear on previously unaffected skin. Since birth, about half of the spots on Bashir's skin have disappeared. He used to hide them under his clothes, but now he doesn't even want them to disappear. The guy says with confidence he's proud of his condition and would not get rid of it even if he had such an opportunity. Yu Zhenhuan. An ordinary boy named Yu was born in the Chinese province of Liaoning in 1979. At first, he was no different from his peers, but at the age of 2, thick hair began to grow on the child's body. Soon, it covered 96% of his body. Needless to say, other children did not accept the boy. Other kids called Yu a caveman and even threw stones at him. But there was a strong spirit under this unusual appearance, and the kid didn't let the cruelty of the world get to him. At the age of 6, the boy was featured in various films as a professional actor. Of course, over his life, he tried to change and become like the rest. He tried to remove hair from at least his nose and ears, but this only resulted in hearing and breathing problems. Nothing helped him, not even modern laser technology. Therefore, at some point, he simply accepted his unique gift of nature and began to treat his appearance with humour. He continued to act in films and apply himself in other artistic fields. ᴘɪ괛ɪᴛɪ. One day, the artistic director of a large modeling agency, João Pedro Sampaio, was wandering around in a supermarket in the center of the picturesque Brazilian city of Niterói. Suddenly, he noticed a girl. He'd never seen anyone like her before. This girl was 11-year-old ᴘɪ괜, a carrier of a rare hereditary disease, Waardenburg syndrome. The girl is completely deaf, but has a very unique appearance, a combination of dark skin and bright eyes of a deep sapphire color. João, of course, simply couldn't miss this opportunity, so he approached ᴘɪ괜 and her mother and asked to arrange a photo session for the child. He posted the photos on his Facebook page, and in a week, 2 photos gathered more than 100 likes and a whole bunch of reposts. Now, ᴘɪ괜 officially works for a prestigious model agency, gets a lot of love from fans on social media, and seems to be happy. Sarah Gertz. The girl in these photos is not yet 30 years old, although it's impossible to believe it. Once Sarah from Minneapolis was only 10 years old, doctors diagnosed her with a rare Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, a condition in which the body almost stops producing collagen, the protein that protects our skin from stretchiness and aging. It is impossible to cure this condition with pills, anti-aging creams or surgeries, but Sarah doesn't seem to be looking for a cure. She believes that her wrinkled skin is beautiful in its own way, and it can show other facets of human beauty to the people around her. But things were not always like that. At school, Sarah was afraid to think what would happen if someone would notice her condition. Therefore, she wore baggy clothes and was afraid to reveal even a tiny patch of skin. She forgot about her dream of becoming a model. After graduation, Sarah learned about successful top models with various congenital diseases, ectodermal dysplasia, vitiligo, and albinism. That got her thinking, and that's how her rise to fame began. Today, the girl has more than 100,000 followers on Instagram, opened a business, and collaborates with cool brands. We sincerely admire her. Anthony Carrigan. When Anthony Carrigan was a kid, doctors diagnosed him with a serious diagnosis, alopecia areata, which causes hair loss not only from the head, but also from the whole body. Until the age of 20, the disease didn't manifest itself much, so the guy had a normal life. He pursued an acting career, went to auditions and played in movies, but suddenly he began to lose hair rapidly, and on the set of one series, he even had to use makeup to hide the fact that he had no eyebrows. Fortunately, when Anthony went completely bald, his career was not over. On the contrary, it really took off. Since then, the guy got a few cool roles and is taking the American film industry by storm. Another proof that our peculiarities are not flaws, they are the foundation of our personality. Hold on a second. Do you want to see some crazy stories from real life? Nothing dull, only action, only adventures, chases and fights, blood confessions and sudden betrayals. Don't believe us? Well, follow the
Here's a question.
The United States Air Force has some of the most technologically advanced weapons in the world. But when it comes to fighter jets and taking control of the skies, the US Air Force has something that no other military can match. The Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor defines air dominance with its unique combination of stealth, speed, agility, situational awareness, and its lethal long-range air-to-air and air-to-ground weaponry. This single-seat, twin-engine, all-weather stealth tactical fighter is considered a fifth-generation fighter aircraft and was the very first in the world. In 1985, the US Air Force began to focus on both its stealth and supercruise abilities, and by 1986, Lockheed and Northrop had been selected to enter a competition to build the new jet which would replace the F-15 fighter jets. Lockheed's team completed their provisional YF-22 model in 1990, and Northrop's team completed their provisional YF-23 model in 1991. After an extensive testing period, the Lockheed YF-22 was deemed to be the winner because it was both stealthier and faster than the YF-23.
The first production F-22 was unveiled April 9, 1997, at a rollout ceremony by Lockheed Martin, Boeing, and Pratt & Whitney, and by September 7th of the same year, the F-22 made its first flight. In 2005, it formally entered service as the F-22A after more than 3,500 test flights over 8 years, and achieved full operational capability in December of 2007. During an exercise in Alaska in June 2006, 12 F-22s downed 108 adversaries with no losses, and in exercises amassed 241 kills against just 2 losses in air-to-air combat. The F-22 measures 62 feet 1 inch in length with a wingspan of 44 feet 6 inches and stands 16 feet high. Empty, it weighs 43,340 pounds, but has a max takeoff weight of 83,500 pounds. The body of the plane is made up of a significant amount of high-strength materials to withstand stress and heat of sustained supersonic flight. The aircraft consists of 39% titanium-64 and titanium-62222, 24% thermoset composites, and 15% aluminium. Of all these, the thermoset composites are perhaps the most unique, being composed of approximately 50% epoxy resin and 50% bismaleimide. This special material is what makes up all the F-22's exterior skin, ensuring high strength and high temperature resistance. To top this off, a number of thermoplastic composites that are highly durable have also been incorporated into the plane's materials. However, due to them being extremely hard to implement, they've only been used on items that are opened frequently or that sustain regular damage from debris, such as landing gear and weapon bay doors. Regarding the wings, the F-22 Raptor was designed with clipped delta wings, with reverse trailing edge sweep and leading edge extensions running to the upper outboard corner of the inlets. Delta wings are notable because the triangular form helps increase aerodynamics and enhances high speed during supersonic flight. The F-22 is powered by 2 Pratt & Whitney F119PW100 augmented turbofans that deliver 26,000 pounds of thrust each and 35,000 pounds of thrust with afterburner for a total of 70,000 pounds of thrust. With that amount of power, the aircraft can achieve a maximum speed of Mach 2.25 and can supercruise at Mach 1.82 and has a service ceiling of 65,000 feet. The Raptor has a thrust-to-weight ratio that is nearly at unity with what would be considered to be the absolute maximum, and its resulting high cruise speed and operating altitude make it extremely capable in surviving against ground defense such as surface-to-air missiles. The secret to its incredible maneuverability is the presence of vectoring nozzles in the F-22's exhaust, as they can redirect thrust more than 20 degrees up or down extremely quickly, allowing the jet to perform maneuvers that no other fighter jet can hold a candle to. Interestingly enough, it's also largely thanks to these thrusters that the F-22 has a typical combat speed of Mach 1.5 at 50,000 feet, with a maximum speed of Mach 1.8 without using external stores, and Mach 2.25 when external stores and afterburners are utilized. To top this all off, the F-22 has an impressive ferry range of 1,800 miles, meaning that it can get from London to Moscow by air with distance to spare with its 2 external fuel tanks. The speed and range are complemented by an extremely advanced avionics system. The plane collects both sensor fusion and radar data from mechanisms located around the plane, with the most notable being a passive radar detector with more than 30 antennas blended into the wings and fuselage for all-round radar warning receiver coverage. This radar has a range of over 250 nautical miles, allowing the plane to detect far-off threats and initiate several defense mechanisms. It can then use the data collected to designate targets for allies and coordinate friendly aircraft. The plane also has low observable active aperture electronically scanned array that can track multiple targets under any weather conditions and can emit frequencies at more than 1,000 times per second in order to avoid detection from enemies. When combined with added features such as the F-22's automatic ground collision avoidance system, it's clear that the fighter jet's avionics truly are elite. An analysis of the cockpit reveals some top-of-the-line technology as well. The very first cockpit made completely out of glass, the monochrome head-up display offers a wide field of view that's displayed upon 6-color LCD panels. The jet is mainly controlled by a force-sensitive side-stick controller and a pair of throttles. with radio functionality, communications, navigation, and autopilot data all being incorporated into one streamlined module. Best of all, the pilot is fully protected in case the situation within the jet becomes dire, as they are required to wear a suit that protects against chemical and biological hazards, cold water immersion, counter G-forces, and low pressure at high altitudes. When you then further consider that the F-22 even comes with an ejection seat, it's clear that it really was made with every possible emergency situation in mind. Last but certainly not least are the F-22 Raptor's armaments. Sporting 3 main weapon bays, the jet has a number of different types of armaments on board. One of the most impressive is its single 20mm M6182 Vulcan rotary cannon. This 6-barreled, air-cooled Gatling-style cannon can fire 20mm rounds at an insanely high rate of about 6,000 rounds per minute. This firepower is supported by several onboard missiles, which are split up into 2 different loadouts, depending on the mission. The first is the air-to-air mission loadout, which has 6 AIM-120 AMRAAM medium-range missiles and 2 AIM-9 Sidewinder short-range missiles. The AIM-120 AMRAAM is capable of all-weather day and night operations and is designed to employ active transmit-receive radar guidance instead of semi-active receive-only radar guidance. This is of benefit because it allows the missile to be a fire-and-forget weapon, meaning that once it's deployed, it does not have to actively be monitored by the pilot. On the other hand, AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles, which were first introduced to the US Air Force in 1964, are one of the most widely used air-to-air missiles across both NATO countries and Russia. As a result, while not as high-tech as the AIM-120s, they're still extremely capable weapons. However, while this air-to-air loadout works well against other jets and bombers, the F-22 has an air-to-ground mission loadout when performing a land-based mission. In this setup, it instead sports 2 rather than 6 AIM-120 AMRAAM medium-range missiles, 2 AIM-9 Sidewinder short-range missiles, and either 2 1,000-pound JDAM bombs or 8 250-pound GBU-39 small-diameter bombs. Both of these bomb variations have different uses, with the JDAM bombs being extremely large yet pretty accurate due to both their integrated inertial guidance system and their GPS, while the GBU-39 bombs are smaller but even more accurate, as they use not just an inertial guidance system and GPS, but also radar, infrared homing, and semi-active laser guidance to accurately hit their targets consistently. Yet it's the F-22's hardpoints that truly distinguish it as a world-class fighter. In the case of the F-22, these hardpoints are 4 external underwing pylon stations that can be fitted to carry 600-gallon drop tanks or weapons, with each pylon station having a capacity of 5,000 pounds. These are extremely useful because they allow the F-22 to support ground operations, as it can airdrop supplies and materials to an army fighting below. In short, it is these capabilities that make this 5th-generation fighter one of the world's premier stealth jets. But despite all that performance, these aircraft are anything but cost-effective. After all, considering that it has a $150 million production cost per unit, an insanely high $334 million lifetime preservation cost per unit, and costs at least $65,000 in fuel and maintenance for every hour flown, these fighter jets certainly aren't cheap, with the total program cost being upwards of $67.3 billion as of 2010. Many believe that it would have made sense to sell some of these aircraft to other countries to offset some of the program's cost. However, in July of 1997, while Congress was working through the 1998 Department of Defense Appropriations Act, it was agreed that, quote, none of the funds made available in this act may be used to approve or license the sale of F-22 Advanced Tactical Fighter to any foreign government. As a result, despite the F-22 Raptor attracting heavy interest from Australia, Japan and Israel, it's been the subject of a strict export ban that the US Congress has consistently upheld over the years. There are also several other aspects of the F-22 that set it apart from the rest. One of the most impressive facts about this aircraft is its radar cross-section, which is so small that its presence on radar would appear to be that of a bumblebee, making it look about 40,000 times smaller than it truly is. It is this feature that makes it nearly undetectable. Yet this feature is accentuated by the fact that an F-22 fighter is especially deadly, so deadly that it has a ridiculously high kill ratio of 108 to 0. Even though the F-22 program was cancelled and no more jets are being built, it doesn't mean that the F-22 is done. Upgrades are now being done on the jet, and it's being used as a test bed for more advanced technology, and it could be a test plane for a completely new jet aircraft we've not even seen or heard of yet. That said, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications to keep up to date with all things military, and you'll be the first to know when we have a new video for you. Thanks for watching.
Pretty impressive. I think the air show here at the exhibition is this weekend, so starting Friday or Thursday, I'll probably be hearing some planes, which is pretty cool because they sound amazing. I remember a couple years ago, because they didn't have it for COVID, there was a plane that went by and I was sleeping, and it woke me up, and I jumped out of bed, like I woke myself up pretty startled. Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, it's cool when they go by. It's pretty loud.
David Blaine was born April 4th, 1973, an asthmatic with a lower than average lung capacity. In spite of this, by the time he was a teenager, he had broken Harry Houdini's breath hold record of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. In 1997, a 23-year-old Blaine debuted his first television special, Street Magic. Fellow magician Penn Jillette declared it the biggest breakthrough in our lifetime and the best TV magic special ever done. 2 years later, Blaine performed his first endurance stunt. He was buried alive for 7 days and 7 nights with no food. Theories such as the use of a hologram were so pervasive that even his friends began to wonder if it was fake. It was real. 1 year later, Blaine was encased in a giant block of ice in the heart of Times Square for 3 days and 3 nights. After 63 hours, suffering severe pain and extreme hallucinations, he was removed from the ice and rushed to the hospital. It took him months to recover. A year and a half later, Blaine stood on a pillar 22 inches wide and 100 feet tall above Bryant Park. After 35 hours, severely dehydrated and sleep-deprived, he concluded the stunt by jumping down into a pile of cardboard boxes and suffered a concussion and a fractured rib. The following year, sealed in a plexiglass box suspended high in the air next to the Tower Bridge in London, Blaine fasted on nothing but water for 44 days. When it was over, Blaine's doctor, convinced that he had somehow cheated, administered an IV drip full of nutrients. His phosphate levels spiked and he nearly died. A short while later, he co-authored an academic paper about his feat with that very same doctor. Following this experience, Blaine wanted to go one step further. After a vigorous year of training, he spent 7 consecutive days in a water-filled sphere in New York City, the longest submersion underwater ever recorded.
Wow.
On the second day, suffering from mild organ failure, Blaine rejected multiple attempts by his medical team to end the stunt.
Jeez.
On the last day, while handcuffed, Blaine attempted a world record breath hold. 7 minutes in, he began blacking out, and divers jumped in to save his life. Determined to succeed, he trained relentlessly for the next 2 years. On April 30th, 2008, pushing through excruciating pain and ischemia to the heart, he shattered the world record by holding his breath underwater for 17 minutes and 4 seconds, live on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Over the next few years, Blaine shot a bullet into his mouth twice, withstood 1,000,000 volts of electricity continuously for 3 days, and resuscitated an act that killed a man 100 years prior, involving swallowing a deadly amount of water and kerosene and spouting them out at will. He has also shoved an ice pick through his hands and biceps, sewed his mouth shut, and stored the same 3 frogs in his stomach thousands of times, eaten over 30 pounds of glass, performed thousands of breath holds averaging 10 minutes each, and gained and lost the weight of 6 grizzly bears. There are those who say you're a magician. Why not just stick with magic instead of these feats? But David believes that pushing through the pain to achieve what seems impossible is a more gratifying form of magic. And though it's caused me a lot of worry over the years, I guess I have to agree with him.
I like watching all those magic stunts. Another good one is Dynamo. He does some pretty interesting stuff too.
Your dream vacation plans probably don't include hepatitis A or B.
So apparently there was a lightning strike in D.C. yesterday. There's some crazy thunderstorms. We were at the beach. Missed us. All we had was jellyfish the last 2 days. Kind of bad. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all great. Wednesday, yeah, all great. Anyways, big thunderstorms in D.C. Apparently, 2 people killed, 1 injured. Is that
3 killed? And
3
1
killed.
Still critical, yeah.
Fucked up.
It happened right in front of the White House and
Boom.
right next to the Jefferson Davis statue, I do believe.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna widen it out. God, look, it hits over and over. Like 3 fucking... Whoa! It hit like 4 times, man. 5? What's going on? Jesus Christ, man. That's insane. It just keeps... I thought lightning never strikes the same place twice. What's up with this? Are they just running it over and over? Is it just looped? It must be looped, right? What the hell is going on here? It has to be looped. Right?
Let's see.
I can tell by the
No, that's 2 strikes.
Yeah, but see, it's the same drops forming in between. Whoa.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, they are true playing it. That was a... Just
Okay. So, but it looks like it might be 2 or 3. To me. I'm just judging by the the water droplets on the lens, right? There, they came down. As the water droplets moved. See, this goes back, though. It was a lap. Yeah, I think it must have been just 1, right? Yeah. But the lightning strike itself was kind of a, double, triple hit. Yeah, it looked like kind of a triple hit. So apparently this was the Stonewall Jackson.
Jefferson Davis.
No. Stonewall Jackson
Okay.
statue that's in front. That was the one that Antifa was trying to tear down. They were trying to tear that one down during the riots that were happening in 2020 that they held at the White House. The notorious one where Trump supposedly had National Guard, whatever, the police or something, used tear gas to clear a path so he could do his photo op in front of the church that they tried to burn, whatever. Interesting. So, 3 people killed by this lightning strike and 1 injured. They're all Democrats, right? I mean, Well, let's see. I'm okay if it hit a rhino. So, what's the likelihood of you hitting a rhino or a Democrat in D.C.? Pretty damn likely, I think. You know? Pretty hard to miss. Not a lot of MAGA, apparently. Just a little bit. Damn. So, no way to see who it hit, what they were doing. Coming down hard. I wonder what they were doing. Maybe they were security. Maybe they were, I don't know, maybe they were kind of manning gates there in front of the White House? Is that what might have happened?
I believe they were just 4 tourists, actually.
4 tourists standing there taking pictures. 4 Japanese. Going to see Hirohito and whoever else. All their glorious ancestors. A little early. A little earlier than they expected. That's okay. They hated their salaryman job anyways. It was nothing but getting drunk and working themselves into a coma.
So the interesting thing about this is this same week an article in Popular Mechanics comes out with a declassified CIA program using lightning to assassinate people.
Exactly. So, what would you expect, right? What would you expect? So, did they let the cat out of the bag a little early? CIA once considered using lightning to assassinate people. But they wouldn't do it now. Ridiculous. A relatively cheap barrage may be laid down. This plan has several advantages. Look, this is their actual type. They're actually saying this shit. De-energizing a storm can result in a much better weather conditions at the time when it was not in our to our advantage. There should be little to no evidence left of what caused the lightning storm. What about that? You think? CIA once considered making a weapon out of artificial lightning. Now that he's gone, Justin just left because he's a pussy. Okay? He's a fucking neo-vagina. He had to go pee. He had to go pee, and we've done 1 hour. You're with the marathon man, folks. Sleazy P. Martini once went 6 hours and 20 minutes. 6 hours, 20 minutes. Average 4 hours. Average 4 hours, for Christ's sake. Embarrassing. I can't believe he's going to show his face in here again. Anyways, CIA considered making a weapon out of artificial lightning. The weapon would be used without directly implicating the CIA or the rest of the U.S. government. Well, that sounds like a good idea. You know, you don't want to go around bragging about it like you are now. So this is in the 60s. Interesting. Very, very interesting. The pitch, which Forbes discovered in classified CIA files, involved using artificial leaders of thin metal wires to cause discharges to occur where or when we desire them. The wires, a few thousandths of an inch in diameter, would unfurl from an aircraft or rockets launched into the atmosphere. Once the lightning occurred, it would be drawn to the metal wire and strike the ground where the wire terminated. The idea seems to be that the wire would be close enough to fry whomever the CIA wanted to assassinate with over 300 million volts of electricity. Well, that's just a crazy conspiracy. But, you know, unfortunately, a lot of these crazy conspiracy theories, yeah, they all turned out to be right.
We do have heart.
Well, here we go. I'll show you. I'll just bring up some pictures right now. Church investigations. This was during the Jimmy Carter administration. And, you know, Jimmy Carter, of course, is everybody's favorite whipping boy for being a shitty, ineffective president. But maybe he had nothing to do with this. Maybe it was just by being a weak, ineffectual loser that this actually happened. But you had some Democrats in control who actually got into some shit. This is where they verified MK Ultra. Oh, church investigation. Let's go CIA. I'm gonna have to go CIA. This is pedo. This is a bunch of Catholic pedo shit. We don't want that. Here we go. So here's Frank Church. This picture is infamous. So this was their heart attack gun.
Oh, damn.
This is for assassinations here. This came out. This was proven. They fessed up during a government investigation under oath. They fessed up. They fessed up to this. They fessed up to the LSD drugging. As we all know, they fessed up to MK Ultra. That is documented. If you want to go through the church investigation, you can find out all the crazy conspiracy theories that the CIA was forced to fess up to. Okay? It's funny, you know. Huge CIA operation reported in U.S. against anti-war forces, other dissidents in the Nixon years. So there's Nixon. He's using the CIA as the dirty tricks crew, just like they're doing right now. They're militarizing the federal government against political rivals, political enemies. So it's happened once. It'll happen again. Frankly, it's going to happen worse because everything about the U.S. government is like cancer. It's metastasized that much worse. This is 1960. They killed fucking JFK and got away with it. And they're still enjoying the duper's delight from being able to ridicule everybody who knows that they assassinated John F. Kennedy. Here's one of the guys behind it, for sure. William Colby. William Colby.
¿Qué es eso? ¿Me puedes explicar?
Está moviendo la coca para sacar toda la droga.
I'm not gonna lie. It's always a rush getting access to these clandestine worlds. The cocaine pit, the starting point for such a storied black market trade, ranks up there. But as the reporter high wears off, I realize that the whole process boils down to brute labor and simple chemistry.
Ese proceso ha empezado hace cuánto tiempo? 3 días. So they've been doing this for 3 days, and now this is the final step, which they mix it with salt.
It takes 400 kilos, almost 900 pounds, of coca leaves to make 1 kilo of cocaine. They are soaked in water, acid, and bleach, which draws the drugs out of the leaves.
And now it's ready to be moved on to smaller containers to the lab. Y de aquí va al laboratorio, entonces.
Here, in this makeshift lab, they'll start the purification process.
Y ahora vamos a hacer el cemento, es para que le ayude a cortar la droga.
El cemento?
Ajá.
Researchers discovered how to extract cocaine from coca leaves over 150 years ago. And Americans got their first taste of the drug in Coca-Cola back in the 19th century, before it was banned by the federal government in 1914.
It's a really, really intense smell. ¿Es gasolina? Sí.
A la gasolina va a salir la droga.
To purify cocaine in the middle of the Peruvian jungle, they figured out how to extract the drug using simple household chemicals and a whole lot of gasoline. In this lab, each batch requires 70 gallons.
¿Y de aquí qué se hace?
Vamos a preparar el elástico. Media tapa nomás. Es ácido bien fuerte, es real.
Ammonia, bleach, cement, lime, gasoline. With each toxic additive, the drug becomes more and more concentrated.
And what they're doing is that they're removing the top of it, which is the fuel, and the bottom is a clear sort of liquid, and that's where the drugs remain. You see it's pretty dark? And that's all the gasoline, and the clear part now underneath. It's okay. Yeah, that's the drugs right there. So they call that clear liquid, they call it the soup.
Como anestesia se hace tu boca. ¿Quieres sentirlo?
He asked me if I wanted to try it. I said no. Pero puedo tocar, ¿o no?
Toca, no tiene nada.
No, no va.
No te va a hacer nada.
Sí, frío. Ooh, check this out. This is amazing.
It's crazy to think that only weeks from now, this jungle soup will disappear up some Americans' nostrils. Now it's time for the final step. A splash of ammonia to solidify the drugs.
Hay que apresurarnos. Ya rápido.
Right. Okay, they have to speed it up. We have to speed it up, guys.
With so many livelihoods depending on this lab, Ceviche's friend is taking a massive risk giving us a peek behind the curtain. So when the chemist disappears for a moment, I begin to worry.
Ahora tenemos que irnos ahorita.
Okay, ¿por qué?
Porque la gente nos ha visto.
¿Quién nos ha visto?
El pueblo nos está cuidando y nos ha informado que el pueblo se ha enterado y tenemos que salir ya.
Hey guys, we have to go right now.
Sí, ya vamos.
Let's go. Okay, so we were spotted by somebody up on the road. They said that we have to get into the car and get out of here. Okay. We have to go fast.
I seen Colombia might legalize cocaine.
¿Están dentro? Are they all inside?
So I'm sure a lot of people will be traveling there for that. I didn't know there were so many like toxic chemicals that went into it, right? Like I knew there was, but like this they show a lot. Like
we escape without incident.
Geez.
But the drug's long journey north
it's gotta be
is
toxic,
only
right?
just
Like,
beginning.
You wouldn't think it'd be too good for you. I don't know. I guess there's no wonder drug, right? Like I guess you would say.
Just between us, cleaning with a mopping bucket is such a hassle. Ugh. Well, I switch.
The universe is everything. From the tiniest particles to the largest galaxies to the very existence of space, time, and life. But how did it all begin? The origin of the universe is the origin of everything. Multiple scientific theories, plus creation myths from around the world, have tried to explain its mysterious genesis. However, the most widely accepted explanation is the Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory states that the universe began as a hot and infinitely dense point. Only a few millimeters wide, it was similar to a supercharged black hole. About 13.7 billion years ago, this tiny singularity violently exploded. And it is from this explosion, this bang, that all matter, energy, space, and time were created. What happened next were two major stages of the universe's evolution. Called the radiation and matter eras, they're defined by key events that helped shape the universe. First came the radiation era, named for the dominance of radiation right after the Big Bang. This era is made of smaller stages, called epochs, that occurred within the universe's first tens of thousands of years. The earliest is the Planck epoch. No matter existed in the universe at this time, only energy and the ancestor to the four forces of nature, the superforce. At the end of this stage, however, a key event occurred in which gravity split away from the superforce. Next came the Grand Unification Epoch, named for the three remaining unified forces of nature. This epoch ended when one of those forces, called strong or strong nuclear, broke away. Then, the inflationary epoch began, during which the universe rapidly expanded. Almost instantly, it grew from the size of an atom to the size of a grapefruit. The universe at this time was piping hot, and it churned with electrons, quarks, and other particles. Then came the electroweak epoch, when the last two forces, electromagnetic and weak, finally split off. During the next stage, the quark epoch, all of the universe's ingredients were present. However, the universe was still too hot and dense for subatomic particles to form. Then, in the Hadron epoch, the universe cooled down enough for quarks to bind together and form protons and neutrons. In the lepton and nuclear epochs, the radiation era's last two stages, the protons and neutrons underwent a significant change. They fused and created nuclei, and in doing so, they created the first chemical element in the universe, helium. The universe's new ability to form elements, the building blocks of matter, cued the matter era. Much as the name suggests, the matter era is defined by the presence and predominance of matter in the universe. It features three epochs that span billions of years, the vast majority of the universe's lifespan, and includes the present day. The first was the atomic epoch. In this stage, the universe's temperature cooled down enough for electrons to attach to nuclei for the first time. Called recombination, this process helped create the universe's second element, hydrogen. This hydrogen, along with helium atoms, dotted the universe with atomic clouds. Within the clouds, small pockets of gas may have had enough gravity to cause atoms to collect. These clusters of atoms, formed during the galactic epoch, became the seedlings of galaxies. Nestled inside those galaxies, stars began to form, and in doing so, they cued the latest and current stage of the universe's development, the stellar epoch. The formation of stars then caused a tremendous ripple effect and helped shape the universe as we know it. Heat within the stars caused the conversion of helium and hydrogen into almost all the remaining elements in the universe. In turn, those elements became the building blocks for planets, moons, life, everything we see today. This ecosystem of everything was only possible because of the many stages in the universe's development. While countless questions about the origins of our universe remain, it's only a matter of time for some long-sought answers to emerge.
Absolutely fascinating that they know all this stuff. 13.7 billion years old. Jeez. I like this little guy. He's pretty cool.
What?
You want to talk about?
Are you gonna go get it?
Yep. You want to talk about?
What?
You want to talk about?
Are you gonna go get it?
Yep. You want something about?
What?
You want something about?
Are you gonna go get it?
Yep. You want something about?
What?
You want something about?
Are you gonna go get it?
Yep.
I like that video.